Hi, today we're going to talk about appraisals. Why appraisals? Because I'm having an issue with an appraisal right now. So I meet with these clients. I sold them their house 5 years ago. Now they're going to buy another house because they got a bucket of money, right? Because they got a lot of equity. So that's great. So I go in there, I show them the comps, we look at the house, some of the upgrades they've done, remodeled the master bathroom, stuff like that. And I'm telling them, I'm thinking it's a Buena Park house. I'm thinking like 660, give or take, right? And well, they like their house, and so they say, we're thinking maybe like 675. You know what? Market's going up, no inventory, 675. We'll give it a shot. At least we'll get offers. Yeah, we got offers. That weekend, we had our showings, the COVID showings every 30 minutes, Saturday, Sunday, booked solid. I think we got 8 offers, like immediately. 6 of them over the list price. I'm like, okay, great, because I already knew the 660 was about right. The 675, the appraisal could be an issue. We got offers all the way up to 715. So that's, $30,000 above the listed price. And the 715 waived their appraisal. So they came in at 715. They have good money. They waived the appraisal. How are you not going to take that offer, right? You have to. So, okay, we take the offer, and guess what? Right about the time that appraisal was supposed to come in, that buyer got a job change and decided it was better to look in a different area. So I never got the appraisal. I don't know for a fact the appraisal came in, but that's some pretty amazing timing if you ask me. It's like same day it was supposed to come in. So then we go to our next best offer, 695. Still 20 grand over what we listed it for, and still a concern for me on the appraisal. So we get the appraisal. It came in at 668. My sellers are upset. How can that be? How is that possible? Well, so I showed them the appraisal report. I went through it and I said, look, they have to go by the comps, and here are the comps. And unfortunately, prices hadn't gone up that quickly, since we first listed it. So the comps really hadn't caught up. Like I said, 660-ish. They got 668. So anyway, but when you're staring at 695 and looking back at 668, doesn't look so good, right? So we talked the whole thing through. I said, look at the comps they use. They have to use comps within the last 6 months and within a mile of the subject property if there are enough comps. Well, unfortunately, there are enough comps, so he was able to use those. Well, so now you're relying on condition, location. You're relying on factors to try to boost that value up, because the highest comp was like 680. So we're still way above the highest comp. The bottom line is, what's happening is the lenders, it's on the lender's side. So the lenders are pushing back on the appraisers. And actually it's the investors pushing back on the lenders, pushing back on the appraisers, saying, hey, we got to bracket these numbers. We got to bracket this number. If it sells for 695, then we need a number above that, and we need a nice little number, and we can say, yeah, it fits nicely in this little package, and no problem, that appraisal will come in. But when you're on top of that bracket, then you might struggle a little bit, and you have to be sure that you're ready to defend your price and demonstrate exactly why is yours worth more than the other ones in the neighborhood. So just telling you, get ready. This is going to be a hotter and hotter issue as we move forward, unfortunately. But you might say, well, how do prices go up? That's a good question. And this is kind of their way of kind of curbing it. So it's kind of, ironic that you think, well, the supply and demand, consumer drives it. But, right now, those are the ones kind of pushing back, trying to hold things down a little bit. So nobody wants loans to default. The investors sure don't want it. The lenders don't want to sell bad packages to investors. And the appraisers don't want to bring in appraisals that the lender's going to look back and go, how did you justify that? So anyway, that's all I got. Thanks you. Have a good day.